This was a guy who set up a mail order business in the UK called Easy Life Group many years ago and made lots of money printing magazines and then dumping 200,000 copies in everyone's post boxes in the 80s with ab crunchers and fold-out ladders. In 2008, he figured I'm running a kind of e-commerce store. People get a magazine, they've got an order list at the back, they tick the boxes, and they then put it in the post, they put a check and they send it off, and then we fulfill the product, right? Let's just put it all online. And I was called by a friend who said, would I have coffee with Greg Kaplan, the owner of this? They're having a really hard time from a customer experience point of view. And so when I looked him up, this is what I found, but this is the Google search result that got me there. I found this: complaint without charge, ask for owner Greg Kaplan, update, part of order received but no date or info on missing item. Interesting stuff to me here was 618 views, 676 views, 696 views, late delivery, failure, cancel when order instructed, 653 views. Like thousands of people who've seen these things. This person had written a thesis about what had gone wrong, right? And when I sat with Greg, basically he said they completely underestimated the experience that customers demanded when they started shopping online. People expected immediate response, right? In his mail order business, people would write a check, put it in an envelope, post it off, and he hasn't taken their money until he's banked their check. And if in a week's time he's run out of ab crunches and he just writes back and apologizes and sends the check back, or sends a deep fryer as an apology replacement, he has two things. He has time on his hands, and he's speaking to people who are ordering out of a magazine, ticking boxes on the last page, not connected or speaking to anybody else, right? Now he allows someone to pay for a product. He doesn't have a view of his inventory. He isn't able to ship it. He's taken their money, and people are angry. For the first time in history, this idea of word of mouth that we've spoken about for years about being the most powerful channel or the most powerful thing from a marketing perspective, both positive and negative, is that it's archivable, right? People say stuff, they think about it, they think stuff, they rant about it, and it just sits there. It's really difficult for it to start to dissipate and get away. Because the truth is, all of us and all of our customers know that stuff goes wrong, right? But one of the profound differences is, do I go back and shop with a company that I know will bend over backwards to resolve it? And do I choose to avoid the company that fights with me when something goes wrong? There's a company in the US called Zappos, who are the kind of famous early e-commerce heroes in the US. Great obsession on customer service. We've taken many leaves out of their book. They've done some anecdotal research across their entire customer base. And they looked back in their customer history to try and work out if there was anything that was similar. The types of stuff they bought, the categories they were interested in, like what was similar in all of these people's experiences. And the thing they found out of that research was that almost every one of those customers, something had gone wrong with an order, right? And their theory is that it's the way that Zappos resolved the mess up that engendered the loyalty in the customer. We've had for years these 4 golden steps, and these are them. Make sure the customer's been heard and understood. Apologize without making defensive excuses. If appropriate, go above and beyond to salvage the situation, whether that's a round of drinks on the house, a voucher, very sorry, come back. Point 4 is what we've always emphasized with our staff, which is work out how to prevent the same issue occurring in the future and communicate your solution to the customer.
Standard Bank. Moving forward.